Andrew. Not really. We didn't even have a VGO section. It was a complete travesty. I did not need to do that. I die with that quick tap. Is that what I wrote? Yeah, I guess I did. I completely forgot about that. Oh, yeah, no, I think I was narrating this in front. Oh, okay, no. Oh, was it Luke that I... Go ahead. I don't remember what I put. Anyways, it's not like any of this ever gets leaked. Anyways. Oh, it was Aaron. Oh, yeah. No, okay, that makes sense. Aaron was in the room with me, and I was narrating myself. This is not how it's done. You're not correct. Okay. Let's get like... I would love to get a halfway run, but let's say 10 Tetris is the threshold, and then we'll roll. Hi, Aaron. Yes. Okay, good. Good. It's crazy that you can predict that you will be hungry in the future. That long. So that's like so many days in the future too. Let's see if that was a bad choice. See, that was a bad choice. I think yes. Alright, runs over. I flubbed. Don't know what I was doing. You can try for a couple more now. Did I set it up correctly? 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and then do that. And we don't get the bar. Okay. That was a good run. That happened really early too. Let's put on our lotion and oh yeah, we'll be doing some tests, test some pants. So since we are warming up, let's go ahead and hop on over to Roll Tool. We should do some warm-ups. Oh, I could definitely feel the fatigue. Okay, so the main thing is that I went climbing today and I tried not to like push myself to the brink, but I think I still timed myself out of it. So we'll see how that takes an effect today and tomorrow. From experience, I know that I get recovered surely within a week. I did do one last V3 at any location in Boston. That's nice. We can see a lot of situations. The humming. They heard. I guess I heard it was like, oh, but that was recent. Oh, Lucy, while you're here, did I give you back your adapter ever? Because I do not have it. Not my immediate vicinity, at least. And if you do have it, and if it is not lost, may I take it to Worlds? How's it going, Anna? What do you do? Congratulations. So this is like what the game would look like. This is what button presses would look like if the game were able to pull them every millisecond instead of once every frame. That's because it is pulling the controller once every millisecond. I didn't hear it now, I guess. Not sure what it is. Being able to see the bounce gap. So this is the rolling trainer Blackbird, yes. Being able to see the bounce gap. Yeah, so it's nice because here, give me a sec. I can trigger some really messed up stuff on this controller. Not to the same degree that somebody like Zempro could. But I can make glitches happen by like that. On the other hand, I can also make it so that the glitches happen with far less probability. Tega, it's on my GitHub. And you can find it here. Register for presses. Yeah, this can happen. Let's see. Let's see if I can trigger it. So that is 4 inputs, but you'll notice that there are like only 3 like green streaks up there. So what that means is that the game would only see it as 3 inputs because that one at the very end was so small that it couldn't be seen. So I think in practice what you're saying doesn't really happen. Recently got an Everdrive, very nice. Curious to extend this to other games. That's trickier than you might think it, BitLord, because the physics are so dependent on like the 60 hertz assumption or the 50 hertz assumption. Yeah, a lot of retro game. There are a lot of retro games that I think definitely like the idea of like more precise inputs is interesting. We know from Geometry Dash that like having higher refresh rates, having higher input polling rates can do wonders for like making the game feel more consistent. But yeah, like something like Tetris, anything that uses a modern setup, they're probably gonna get like 1000 hertz polling there anyways, so Yeah, I've been actually trying to vibe code a web version, or not a web version, like a desktop version of this ROM, so that if I don't have access to my console, I can still practice using an adapter. And this is like one of the first times where like actually like vibe coding has like helped me like save a tremendous amount of time. Like I think the code that I have generated would have taken me a very long time to just like skeleton up myself and like do all the requisite research because I don't know, I'm not familiar with the libraries that I'm working with. I think even before AI coding became really good, I was always a big fan of the have a skeleton that you like selectively change. Approach to things. So that's what 30 hertz feels like. That's so fast. Do you want water? Thanks. I'll be right back. Use this cup. I'm gonna miss many things from the school when I'm out of it, but one thing I will not miss is the water fountain that is right outside of our room. All right, if this is the spigot right here, the trajectory of the water just like looks like this. It's really sad. So in order to drink, I have to go like as like close as possible without like actually touching it. It's horrendous. This, on the other hand, is excellent. Aaron, have I ever listened to this? I've ever shown you this song before or listened to the song with you? I forgot where I found it. And I know they're like a TikTok band now, but yeah. No, it is gone on my end of the world graduation playlist that I have been writing up for the past couple days. Did we play beer pong? I have only played beer pong at a different college. when I went to visit my sister last semester. Yeah, my mechanics are so bad. Maybe they don't need to do that. Have I done any mockballs? No, that's honestly a good idea. You know what? I'll start one right now. Well, I'm not gonna like time myself explicitly. I just want to see how many max ups I can get in a row. I do need to be quite a bit worried about them though. Okay, we're started. The timestamp is 21:54. So let's say like 21:40. And this is why. Okay, actually, this is a cop out, but I do want to turn on qualifier mode, so that's it is a little more fair. Okay, so we start at 22:22. So at least from my perspective, maybe it's different from y'all's. Me too. 21. Really? Okay. I expected that you would see later times. Anyways, I've been doing drought hack training, so in theory, I would be quite good at this if not for like those misdrops. And that's the thing that's really gonna make or break my entire run. That and like remembering to wear the correct pants. So one thing I don't understand is that sometimes the controller feels like lower on my leg, and it affects things differently, and I can't figure it out. Ah. So yeah, pretty crummy start, but we'll continue it anyways. Do I have an idea where it's coming from? It's just that rolling is hard for me now. There's a lot of stuff that I've taken for granted that I can't really, now that my hands just feel differently. Okay, that's a kicker. My cope for today could be that I have I went climbing earlier, and like even though I did try not to go as hard as I normally do, it could still be more than enough. Okay, well, pull-ups are like especially fucked up, I think. GGM pilled. Stupid. Yeah. I didn't really push myself though. I was like accidentally like trying out problems just because I wanted to see if I could do them quickly. But I rested for a great majority of the time we were doing. Yeah. Now, at some points, and I do want to hear people's opinions on this. Like, would it ever be worth it to switch to level 18? Like, especially with like this degree of disrupts. Because if I switch to level 18, I feel like it's just gonna take a long time to get to level 19 and then I will die. We are doing a mock qual. We started at 22:22 on the stream timer. And we have had a top score of like 170, I think. Level 19 harder, but higher point. Yeah. No, and the main reason like we do it in quals is because it's just so much faster than level 18. And the formats for the World Championships is number of max outs. So yeah, maybe I just needed a bit of warm-up. Oh. So yeah, like, okay, I'm getting fed bars like crazy, but I feel like it might be fun to actually try a mock qual on one of the harder drop modes. Like, see how I do on like drought A, for example. It would be good practice with like coping with getting frustrated in the moments, I hope. What I've observed with like low bar practice is that it's very easy to like get accustomed to the good energy once you switch back. So that bit's not as effective. You kind of have to like consciously switch into, oh my god. Dude, this run started out awfully. How did we get here? Me when clean stacking and being Tetris ready means you get more Tetrises. How's it going, Galaxy? What's the top out level 19 versus 18? I mean, okay, it's like if I am warmed up, then it should be like close to the same for both. But yeah, data nobody wants to collect. One of the cool things about this mode is that it really encourages aggression. Because if it pays off and you get like a good pace like this, I could conceivably get a max in like level 26 even. 4 more Tetrises. See, I just need one more. And then we optimize the top outs. Alright, so that took like, and consider, this took like a bit over 10 minutes. This is like only a minute slower than a level 18 max, even with all the trouble that starts. So over somebody who has been like, who is committed to level 18, I have this advantage. I've almost caught up to them. And if I can close this game out, I will surpass them. I really don't want to play too much of this because, like, level 29 is really all that matters for me at this point. Ah. Well, it's so frustrating to get back in. Yeah, I'm gonna quit early though. I kind of just want to check that I don't stack like that stupid. And honestly, I do feel like my stacking has gotten way more reasonable, especially with all the drought hack practice. Yeah, we're switching to drop mode after this. I don't feel especially enthralled. Oh wait. Yeah, that would have been bad. I wish I was exactly 16 a bit. A little bit smarter. Nice. How's it going, Hillbilly? This feels weirdly consistent. I don't like it. Well, actually, I don't, mainly because it's like still like feels uncomfortable, but I like the not misdropping parts, let's say. Oh, it's interesting. The worst move is actually better. Oh, that was cool. And yeah, no, see, we're getting so carried by bars. In this too. Okay, there we go. Finally, some drama. No, and it just gives me every piece. What's the deal? I'm trying to practice here. Why are you making it easy? Ah, there we go. There we go. There's some intrigue, but no, I got it over. Okay. Okay, good, good, good. I'm forced to make a hole. I can't Tetris immediately. Should have adjusted there. Yeah, this is what I want. This is more like it. And yet the game still chooses to give me bars. I have 87! What? Why? Okay, yeah, we're going Dread A, I think. Ah, okay, that's two maxes, what, 32 to 40 minutes? Yeah. Okay, Drought A, yeah. So I believe this should be less. I don't actually know how it works out. But I also remember, like, the bar timing feeling like weirdly nice. So maybe this will not help all that much. Like, see? Oh. Yeah. Drop me only when I'm not Tetris ready. That's more like it. Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess the engine's worse. That was pretty cool, though. Oops. Exactly when I needed it. Come on, game. You can do better. I know you can do better. Everyone else complains about you. Everyone else complains about how unfair you are, like how bad your timing is or whatever. I want to see some more of that. Give me your A game. What's that? What is that? What is this? What is that? Okay, that's a little more like it. That's a little more like it. Oh, there we go. Finally. Let's try and work through this. This is clean? Yeah, there we go. This feels like a proper drought. Yeah, this is more like it. This is more like keep coming. Woof! There we go. Okay, that I like. You know what? Perhaps I judged you too harshly. Perhaps this is all part of your plan. Perhaps you're just trying to butter me up. Or pulling the rug out from underneath. Admire the confidence. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice, 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 nice. Imagine if I saw that. Imagine if I just went for it. You get tilt coefficient on this game. There were a good number of bars that came when I was not ready. I was definitely ready for a long time. Oh, that's a little too much. No, that's more like it. Yeah, GG. Ah. I mean, 15 hertz tapping easier, right? I think beta has 12 hertz. Beta might have. Yeah. Okay, to be fair, I did get like 2 bars within a 50 line stretch or something in levels like 20 through 24 or so, whatever. So I'm not that concerned, but yeah, it's literally all mechanics. My stacking's fine. So we're gonna take a break for now. You know what? Yeah, I think maybe I will do. No, I don't have time, but I like the idea of doing a full qual on Drought A. But yeah, I was playing well. It felt super uncomfortable though, especially on level 29. But you know what? I don't think the droughts were long enough. Oh, I know. I didn't do that. I don't want Hold On anymore. I do want Hurting on Bigger Slow. Scooty tried out no bars seriously for like the first time like yesterday, and he already has like a run that's way better than my best. Huh? Well, I told him to be Tetris ready for as long as possible, and he said he was for like almost the entire time. This is good. That's not. I should not have missed that square. Big double tap. Bad everything else. Am I gonna go from Rebirth one day? What a question. What about bars? Every time I like talk about like no bars, there are like always people who mention like ways to like Cheez-Its. Like, oh, just take triples, but like they're precisely the wrong mindsets. You would not stack for triples in an actual game. I care about actual gameplay. So I'll take them if they come up, but... if I'm low on the board, then I'm gonna upstack. Station. Yeah. No, it's like practice modes are best when you're like not trying to like win. I assume after Game Crash, people now try to max Tetrises. Yes, you get it. You are one of the very few, one of the very few viewers who sees the vision. Most people are like, oh, but what if you get Rebirth and then get Rebirth again? Do you think anybody will ever do that? And then when you say, I don't think anybody... and then when I say no, because I don't, they'd be like, oh, well... We'll see you in like 5 years when this comment ages poorly, and it's... I'm tweaking ever so slightly because... when I like express this opinion and these contexts is more that like I don't want people to go for it because I think it is bad. Get some loss from translation. See, that's a triple, but it takes me out of Tetris readiness, so that's why I don't want it. Oh my god, that was exceptional. This mode is not like giving out chase. Less insane and more just masochism. Yeah, exactly. Like, efficiency is so good. Oh, Scooty, do you have EverDrive? Have you ever messed around with Roll Tool? Or did it like does it not work in Retron? I want you to try something. Alright, I want to see EverDrive and Retron. It wasn't all bars. Here, this is what fuck. Oh. I want. Oh no, that was fine. I want to see the what kind of percentages you can get. So on this like roll probs thing, on this menu, if you press A then starts, you'll switch over to this more detailed mode. And I want to see like the highest like percentage of like 3-tap 30 hertz that you can get consistently for like something. You don't need to record a video. I just like hearsay. I just want to see like can you get like 50%? Can you get like 50%, 80% consistently? Yeah, just 3 taps. You can try other things if you want. Like here, like I'm getting some like 50s, but I'm also getting a lot of 30s. A lot of times they don't even exist. Struggling with 30 hertz. Yeah, the other annoying thing is that I think we roll differently when we're in game. If you want to try 5 taps, I remember you saying that you feel like confident with 10 lefts, so yeah, go ahead, try 4 or 5 taps, whatever you desire. What do the percentages mean? Okay, so you notice how like all of the rows start in different places? This is based, so what I'm basing it off is the assumption that I cannot control where in the frame these input starts. So when you see, what you see on like one row is one thing, but there are like 16 different possibilities because the way I coded this ROM is that it pulls 16 times per frame. So like, for example, here, let me try and get some. This is a great example. You can see I roll 3 times. However, the second inputs like happened in between like normal game pulls. So that's why it only shows up as a 2-tap. And you can see through the probabilities that in 25% of like starting positions, I would get a 2-tap. And another 25% of these, I would get a 30 hertz 3-tap. And so on and so forth. Think it's because you rolled it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, no worries. Thanks. And this really makes me realize that this doesn't. I don't think this works that great unless it is you can have it inside the game. At best, like 20 or 30%, yeah. And I know it definitely feels more consistent in game for reasons. I do have a bunch of thoughts related to this. So I think the next generation of like roll tool, like all this ROM hacking, is implementing this inside the actual game. And this is hard for a large number of reasons, but I have thoughts a lot about how to do this, and it's something I want to try out. But anyway, how do you get the 5th tap? Is it with the thumb? There are a couple of ways to do this. First, let me check to see that my hand is in. So one thing is just use all 5 of these fingers. You go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the thumb comes in my case, from the side. Other people can do it differently, but your hand is more flexible than you think. All right, the way that I actually do 5 taps is a little different. So I actually don't use my pinky because I think my pinky's weak, and not using it has only made it more so. So I start with my ring finger and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then push down with my thumb for a 5th time. Hi, T-Time, thanks for the raid. 5 or 6 4 taps, 30 hertz in a row on DKS. That is fascinating. How's it going, Stan? James. So yeah, so I can talk a bit about why I think this might happen. So first off, we play differently in games. So my theory is that if you're just like doing practice like this, you're maybe like relaxing more often. So like, for example, you could take your hands off the controllers here and it'd be fine. You cannot do that in a game. And in particular for me, one thing is that I think I exert a very small amount of thumb pressure on average that I don't think is necessarily seen. Like there, I'm trying to do 5 taps, but I'm just like not pressing with the thumb. Because this doesn't happen. The other reason is that there is an assumption that I have made in this ROM that I think is wrong. So what I said was that earlier when talking about the probabilities was that each of like the 16 possible starting points are equally valid. But I actually think the ones in the middle are going to be used more often in games because that's kind of like, I think of that as like the average. All right, we have frame perfect accuracy, so it stands to reason that like the average inputs can be calibrated to like the half the frame. And I know this is true because in rhythm games, you can get this down to the milliseconds for those that are like sufficiently experienced. There's probably a bell curve, yeah. And it's weird to think about too, because it's so continuous and because it's possible the standard deviation is so large, but I think it does make a factor. Because the other thing to notice is that if you start exactly in the middle, there's more leeway. 45K on DKS rolling feels good. Oh my god. He's wilding. Yeah, for whatever reason, I feel really warmed out too. Kind of dumbfounded. That the drought hat game was, I think, genuinely really good. So you know what? Let's just send it. Oh, that does. Solid. Not like exceptional, especially not with that, but solid. TWZ next week, yeah, I'm excited. To be honest, I'm actually feeling way better about this than last time, because last time the I mean, there's a bunch of factors I can talk about, but excited to watch you sleep. I won't sleep. Yeah, actually, my mechanic's good. I think I will switch to shorts to like test to see if that makes me worse, and if that does, then the response should be pretty clear. Yeah, good try. That's hard. Oh. I can go slow. So if I can get more control over slow rolling, then I'll be hugely more consistent. Thanks for the sub, Matthew. 42 months. Can you believe I'm gonna join you as an alumni, as an alumnus very soon. I should not miss that. Yeah, more instability. That's good. Yep, my brush rat's at home. I should actually ask my parents to take it with me. They have to leave. Have they sent any emails asking for donations yet? No, but we did get an email saying that like we could now get our digital diplomas, which are being stored on the blockchain. This is an official MIT thing. Now that I think about it, I think I remember my early years, like freshman year especially, there were a lot of the emails that we get, like saying, "Hi, I'm starting a startup and I want co-founders. Please talk to me." A lot of those were like blockchain, crypto-related things. And now those same emails are all about AI. Okay. I really hate AI. Okay, so when you say you really hate AI, what do you mean by this? Like, I genuinely cannot even tell anymore. There's too much discourse. Do less tech-savvy people regard blockchain as I don't know. Most of the people that I know are like fairly competent. Like I do like think of it from like a research perspective. And from that angle, blockchain stuff is fascinating, I think. But then it gets mixed with like implementations and like people saying like, and then use cases and power consumption. Then it becomes this whole thing. Okay, I think the advancement is going way too fast and we're not ready for it. Okay, is this hating the technology itself or like hating the society that we have to deal with it? The only thing practical at TCS is probably okay. This is interesting. Theoretical AI research. The current use of AI is unethical. Machine learning as a concept is not bad. Okay, so if we cared about water power consumption, we'd stop eating meat. Okay, that's a weird thing because you could. There are like a bunch of things that's I think could be cuts in some combination to like satisfy like whatever what is it, the Kyoto Accords for like reducing emissions. I might be blanking on this. But when it comes to like choosing individual ones, everybody has the ones they want to keep and the ones they don't care about. What I said was completely non-controversial and probably have nothing. But I also, that's just because I don't have any deep thoughts on the subjects. Okay, I scrolled up, so I'm imagining there's a lot more messages. This is the highest chat engagement I've had in a while from like a large different amount of people. Maybe I should talk about controversial topics more. Okay, I'm gonna deep mind about the advancements. They only suggested ways to improve it and not slow it down at all. No, I've been playing that Blackbird. Just picked a random other thing that takes far more resources. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of the discourse is just really weird because people. I don't feel like taking stances because I don't think I've done my research, but I also imagine a vast majority of the commenters have also not done their research. What is my argument against disliking AI? I think the utilities right now outweigh the cons. I consume arts and media in a way that's like AI slop is like relatively like protected from AI slop from now. In ways that it is integrated, it is being used by like artists who like are not entirely relying on it. This could be false in the future. I don't know. For programming, it is genuinely useful. And I believe I should be leaning more to it. So it is personally beneficial in terms of like societal impacts. You could say it's like it is bad because exacerbating existing tensions is not bad, but I don't think saying one impossible solution is replacing another is whatever. AI is already replacing us TCS research. Are those actually significant? AI generated OC. Now that is interesting. That is really interesting to me. I want to talk about AI generated OC maps. Are there any people who would consider themselves like veteran OC players that like have opinions on this? Because I think this entire thing is fascinating. People get so heated. Oh my god! No, I lost it. I lost it. It can write decent records. Yeah, no, it's actually like, and then like it can break down stuff in ways that like it could break down stuff down to a level where you could go ahead and manually check everything if you really want, or just like verify it with the knowledge that you already have. Is have like they can be misleading, but like a lot of things can be misleading. No, okay. What I like from the programming perspective is like I like messing around with existing code bases because the initial like scaffolding is the part that like scares me the most, and I think has actually been the biggest roadblock into like me like creating a lot of my original project. Like I just there's too much choice for me, and I don't know where to start, so I don't end up starting anything, and then it just feels like such a burden. All right. So having like smart enough code generator that can generate something with like minimal errors is a huge godsend on that front, because one, it tells me, oh, these are what I need, X, Y, and Z. Oh, this doesn't work. Iterate, iterates. Like a big part of it is that like I'm not that great at coding, so there's most of the time when I'm like writing something, I'm working with something completely new. And I think the models have advanced to the point where it's like far better. Okay, we put value into human action, precisely why AI art can't replace human art completely. Okay, so I actually wonder about this because I've like seen prompts like, okay, so like let's consider AI art. Like like first off, I do think the entire thing there's something weird about it, about the entire thing, the way the product works now. Like the outputs, like the way people talk about it is eh. I question how much the average person values human inputs. I'm gonna attack this from a different angle. So how do you imagine like the process works to like create AI arts? All right, in particular, how much human inputs do you assume the process is? And to further elaborate, what is the human inputs so far? I think saying nothing is incorrect. Enter in sentence. Yeah. You have to give it a prompt. But I think prompting itself is kind of something interesting, like in like the prompt engineering type sense. Because my understanding is that you have to be fairly descriptive to get things that are like even considered like traceable. And then I think we can all accept that like literature is sufficiently expressive on its own. So I wonder if like prompt engineering can be expressive in the same way. If it can have sufficient depth that could rival anything that is like conventionally considered arts, and at what point does this like fully become a mechanized thing? But then again, I am not an artist. I do not do art professionally. I do not struggle the same way that other people very clearly have. But I feel like I could be challenged on this, and I would happily accept anything. Okay, that was timed well. Do my fingers hurt? Not any less, not any more than they would if I was wearing a glove. Selling Tetris related chat feels like good. Prompt engine, like it's easier, but like using Photoshop is easier than like doing like a pulling like a fucking veneer to create something photorealistic, right? Is difficulty like the thing that we really want to be caring about? Like for some, I think it's part of some art. I think it's not part of others. Piranha, honestly, I don't feel society has been ready for anything that has ever happened, so... And, like, yet we still have, like, some semblance of, like, functionality. Yeah. I don't know, was the internet... Okay, I think we have enough data to at least try to answer this. Was the internet a net bad or a net good for humanity? Okay, to be clear, I consider this tangential to the AI discussion. I'm not trying to like strawman it into being related. I'm just curious. Hey Robbie, thanks for the raid. We are discussing controversial topics. No, it's just AI talk. I'm more pro AI than I think the average internet user is, and probably because software, possibly because I have bad morals. We are in the midst of discovering. But yeah. But okay, also, what does AI singularity mean? I think I forgot to ask this. I just assumed it was like some like semblance of AGI, but that it can improve itself. Yeah, I don't know. Limited, and then we get e-cake. Okay. Theoretically, but we can intuitively see the cause and effect from mind and hand to page rather than from mind and words to image. I don't know. That just feels like a different abstraction. Like, Jackson Pollock is considered arts, even though I feel like his process is almost objectively random. All right, so maybe there is decision making in the sense that like, oh, I tried this experiment and I liked it, so I'll do more of that. But that can also happen with prompting, right? Oh, I was hitting these yesterday. What happened? AI improving itself. Okay, so I was completely wrong on that. Good to know. Okay, those felt like timing. Felt like, well, it's subjective. I don't. A hypothetical point at which AI improving itself we don't need. Hmm. So there is a piece of speculative fiction that has been making the rounds in like the software dev community, and you can read it at ai-2027.org, I believe. Matthew, I'm sure you are like familiar with this. And like I think that was maybe one of the first pieces of writing that like made me like feel like uneasy about my future. But at the same time, there's just like so many assumptions there that I don't think I don't think they all hold. Wait, Matthew, I was just asking if you heard of AI 2027, the like the speculative fiction thing. Calling it speculative fiction feels so pretentious. I don't know. Short story, hypothetical scenario. Can I summarize? No, it talks about it tries to be like somewhat realistic about the progression of AI over the next few years, and it just like goes into more like outlines like more examples in which like AI begins to outpace us and gradually replace us in terms of like being able to like come up with thoughts. I have not read that, Echo, Ben. But yeah, that does sounds like Borgs. Oh fuck, I forgot how to pronounce his name. Literally, the first time I ever heard of him was just like was Vihart pronouncing his name. Longevity escaping. I don't know. That feels like such a stretch. I feel like super intelligence in one domain does not imply super intelligence in every domain. Case in points, Tetris players. By the way, if you want like an alternate take on like the AI 2027 thing where like it's more of like we're all gonna fucking die, read this. This one is fun. The Clippy story. Yeah. I don't know. I've never really been that pressed to live forever myself. But maybe that's just a lack of motivation on my end. Yeah, the Clippy story is really fun. Well, fun in a certain sense. It's like definitely more fantastical, I would think. Be brothel. I don't know. Is the goal of AI art to replace arts? Has that ever been the goal? Is that what people want? Is this the future we're headed for? I see articles about talking about how like people are like doing worse than ever in school, largely because of AI tools. And it's just those are kind of funny to me because we've been seeing the same rhetoric for ages. It seems to be how some people view it. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. This is the part that I more get about like people who consume contents, because like people who make slop are like for the sake of making slop are inherently uninteresting. I think my overall perspective of this is hate the players, not don't hate the game. I don't know. I would also maybe question why you view like AI 2027 as something that should be taken more seriously than other contemporary like writings that don't think the threat is as bad. Written by people with like similarly high credentials as well. You have people on the other side. Something I want, something I've been like trying to find a place to say, and this is gonna sound a bit cursed, in the sense like, oh, I'm not racist. I have a bunch of white friends or whatever. It's like, I will say that like a surprising amount of the people that I know, I think almost all of the people I know from school that are like going into AI that I know well, they are doing safety research. Like Piranha to sort of, I guess, attempt to meet you in the middle. Maybe I don't even know if this accomplishes that, but I would be in favor of like heavier regulation on like this kind of research to just to like let safety people catch up. But I think I might have been talking about like a different thing the entire time, which is like what AI is doing to us now versus what it could be doing to us in the future. I don't know. Too many facets of the argument. It's hard to. At the very least, I'm struggling with like keeping up the current stuff. Really, this pace is shit. Do I think it'll follow the trend? This feels like such a loaded question. Like, in the sense that like, I genuinely don't know how to answer it. Like, do I think there's like a decent chance that like it will end the world? Possibly. I don't know. I don't. See that as especially likely. To be real. Oh, nice. I love those T's to the left. They just feel satisfying. AI is most conflated with LLMs. Yeah, I don't know. I'm fairly on the train of like LLMs not being the final model. AI art as I've seen, but yeah. The other thing to consider is that what people call AI art is what people notice to be AI arts. So if you do not notice it, then you will not like register it as an example of like AI art terminal. Great. I think one of the things that kickstarted this off was the first person who used Midjourney to like actually win an art competition. Anyone remember this? This was like back in like I don't even remember. Was this 21? Was this 2020? Like it was controversial. I think for a lot of the reasons that are like continued to discuss right now. Actually, no. I think the main reason was that like it was considered not the artist's like original inputs if the tool was like doing so much of the work. Oh, that was so hard. I think that's just Matt Stackman. It needs to search like Stockfish, yeah. I mean, what Leela is like Alpha Zero slash Leela was I think good with just a single heuristic, right? Okay, so Heelson, that is interesting. I also want to counter this with another thing that I found on Hacker News very recently. All right, so there is a security researcher, like guy with credentials, guy who could like knew what he was doing, and he was like testing. He was testing. I think O4 is that the new one? So what he did was he gave O4 as like relevant code from the Linux kernel and said, look for a use after free bug. All right, and it was one that he had previously discovered, and he was trying to see if like the LLM can reason through it. And then the LLM was able to find it. I think he had to run it like 100 different times, but he got 100 results. I think some of them were complete garbage, which he could verify because the guy was smart. And then some of the times they figured out the thing that was correct. All right, and then this guy did the same thing, except he included like the entire rest of the code base as well. And in this situation, it turns out that Aaaaaaa was able to find a new bug. All right, this researcher had not known about this before, but he was able to verify that it was correct later. And he claims that it is the first time that an AI has found like a legitimate exploit. And his conclusion is that like this is like already like incredibly useful for security researchers because it is just like really helpful in terms of guidance. It's useful for competitive. Really? Oh, is it good for algorithms now? Yeah. No, I can Piranha, I can agree with you on like research slowing down. I think the stuff that I was talking about was not really related to that. Like in terms of just like all the forecasting stuff. I think my take is that like what we have right now is already like reasonably useful, at least for my use cases. Oh, surely we have... Ooh, sweet. Was it still looking at existing patterns, or did it use some novel technique? It was looking at existing pattern, like it was specifically for like a certain type of bug. But I think like requiring it to like create something completely novel is a standard of quality that we do not expect out of a lot of researchers that agree, like human researchers that already exist. And it still has value. Like, I guess, I think the original thought point is something that comes up a lot. My thinking is that original thought is not as profound, is not necessarily like a strictly profound thing. Code forces advanced and uses of LLM. Oh, that's actually tough. It's like when they use training, humans also use training data. That part I can see. Copyright laws. Fucking spiderweb. That one AI filter draw run class filter. Oh, is that the reason why? I only saw the YouTube thumbnail, not like the actual explanation. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. I should take a break after this. I need it. I feel like I should be breathing. Yeah. LM is not close to solving challenging problems yet. Uh, very close to the training data. Yeah, I actually want to take a look into like how alpha proof works. The one that's able to like get like silver medal on the IMO. I don't know how poisoned it is by training data, but like on the other hand, there aren't any original math problems anymore, so. Going back to Tetris, just to take a bit of a breather from the AI talk. There's something that's I'm doing right now that like I think I kind of learned from Taiko. Like a technique thing that maybe I was doing subconsciously before. Now I'm like actually trying to think about it and it's had results. Where basically I'm trying to control how much my fingers like fly out after I finish the roll. So just like sort of keep everything closer to the controller itself. And I think it's helping with a lot of the discomfort that I felt in certain cases. Be a good place. Can you put it on my earbuds? Yeah, sure. Thank you. Okay, at 100 lens, I'll take a break so that I can eat dinner. Dude, you fucking How are the other 6 roommates? Chilling. Okay. I haven't had dinner. It is 10:37. I got a sandwich. So let's take a break. I can talk 03 or 04 getting gold in IOI made me change longer. Yeah. They all whiz bang flat. A lot of industry doesn't have the able to do work. Yeah. Correct. They need to be plugged in. Okay, Loki, I might use more electricity. Like, what do you think I'm doing right now? I'm playing a game. Where do you think the game comes from? Yeah, we live in interesting times. I wonder if I'm a victim of a a lot of media trying to humanize AI and like being exposed to those in particular. Maybe it's like subconsciously making me more sympathetic. Overpower autocorrects. Is it auto the correct or like fill in the blanks? Yeah, learning how the image generators work kind of blew my mind. Like the idea of compression and decompressions, that it works is crazy. Yeah, thanks for chatting. Ah, man, I'm still hungry. Not gonna lie. That was us. So yeah, Tetris, am I right? Like the entire AI conversation started because I was talking about like programming something that I wanted to do for Tetris. And this is the other thing. Like I've been putting off this particular project for a very long. But now it has started, and I like suspect that it can be completed. What I'm working on now, a web version of like my rolling display. No, not web, desktop, I guess. All right, I want it like solely for myself because I want to be able to like plug in an adapter and to my computer and just like practice rolling the rolling motion in my off time. Desktop application. No, it's really stupid. Like it's just like Python scripts, and I was originally gonna use Pygame, and then I vibe coded and like discovered that Pygame is not viable. For a second, yeah, that's another thing. That would have taken me days, and I probably would have quit the project. I don't know. Maybe I'm just I still think that like I have this opinion on it because I'm just I'm bad at coding. But it is kind of nice. The actual answer, Graphy, is that it is a song lyric. Good start. Okay. No. I mean, this is like a direct quote. It's from the song called "Breakup Suite" by Duster. There is a different Duster song that I think is TikTok famous, and now is like somewhat mainstream. It's the one that goes like do 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 with like the really twangy guitar. Their entire catalog is excellent. I really like them. Lucky. taking a break from using the controller specifically. Maybe not in the way that you're imagining. Like in the sense, like maybe your hands are rested so that you'll be pressing the button more accurately when you come back to it. In that case, maybe. Yeah. Ooh, stiff. Sit more up. Yeah. That's bad. Missing a lot of middle roll. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Huh? Oh. Thanks for the great Saka. Previews for CDWC and historic. Oh, okay. Like on the CDWC main channel? Like, is there a thing that's premiering now? Okay, I think I'm just not aiming. Your own. Oh, okay. I'll check them out later. Thanks. I think I'm putting too much effort in. You got thumb first, then pinky, or pinky first and thumb? I think, yeah. I mean, technically ring, then thumb. Okay, that's already really good. Okay, but it's too good to be true. Wow. You know what I was doing there. Oh wow. Holy, how did this happen? I just suddenly stopped missing as much. Okay, we got carried. We got hella bars. That's, you know what? I'm not a fan of that. Let's go with Dread. Do I still play the game, Genie? No. So I don't play on normal. Good run. No use staff health. Yeah, good. How many bars? Yes. Okay, I know I went wrong there. We just did not do that. It's my first double flip in a while. Woo! Okay, so I'm actually liking this. I feel like the misdrops are my own. So we just need to rest up. And yeah, I'm actually gonna change into shorts just to do some more testing with bets. If I feel like different kinds of misdrops, then we know there's an issue. So the reason why like pants versus shorts makes a difference is because you're placing the controller on like a different surface. So fabric, you wouldn't call it slippery, but like it doesn't like stick to anything. And now leg, on the other hand, over time does, and we can actually accelerate this process a little by just a smidge of lotion. So my theory is that like sort of like the fact that like this happens is what contributes to degraded play over time. That being said, this feels incredible. That's so good. Oh my god. So the thing is, I don't think it's gonna stay that good forever. And within like the next 15 to 30 minutes, I'm gonna start struggling a lot. So we'll have to say, oh my god! Hi, boyo. Because right now, I still think that the controller is not fully bonded with my skin. But I must say right now, rolling feels way easier. Okay, no. So the other weird thing is like I don't usually remember like actually feeling this. That dig was good. It's become a cyborg embed the control. It was so trash. Ah! A sticky material they put on I did Heelston actually for a year. This is, I think, it was a big buff. Then it started having the problem that I'm having right now. It got too tight. Actually, I wonder if the positioning is the issue. Like, this is like a fleshier area of the skin that like moves around a little. It, like isn't as rigid. A word that I look. I'm okay. Poya, you jest. But I remember once I was like eating something and it was really greasy. I don't know, some burgers from somewhere, some like takeout burger. And then I cleaned my hands afterwards, but like my hands still felt smooth. And then the rolling after that, oh my god, it felt so nice. Like I consider like buying olive oil so that I can just like douse my hands in it every time before. What? What is the hiss? What the fuck? I feel fucking unstoppable. I'm gonna die here, but like, unless, oh my god, unless. Oh, I didn't see. I didn't. Lucy, did I ever give you back your adapter controller to USB? If you still have it, can I like take it for a week? Oh, what? Okay, I have it then. Okay, that makes sense. Can I just keep it then? Are you fine with that? I want to use it to warm up when I don't have access to my setup. Oiling up the air mattress. Oh yeah, you still have it. Yeah, I know. I need to bring it to storage. Wait. I see. Wait, low key. Content. Boy, I am not opposed to trying this. not entire. I don't. Wait. Okay, what am I getting myself into? Horn rotor. Okay, so it's literally just oil, right? Wait, Lucy, can you bring it over now? I think tomorrow I wanna make sure that I can bring it. It's got a weird consistency. all the more why we must. I'm gonna wash my hands and try and delotion, but
Good luck. Hi, stream. I don't know if you can see me. Hi.
Everyone say hi, Lucy. I'm not in the building right now. Okay. I think it is fine. I think we will survive. It's got a weird consistency. Okay. So another thing to consider is that I did just eat a sandwich and I did use my hands. And like that sandwich was like delivered, so like it was a little. So maybe maybe this like unexplained boost in like rolling consistency and ease may have been explained by the oil. All right, we can now attempt to test this. Greased up on a Tuesday. Wow, okay. Is it ethically sourced? Maybe eating the sandwich is causing you to exude sandwich oils through your finger. Surely there, yeah, this is a drought mode A. Surely there is like a superhero. This could be like the bit power up and like a joke superhero manga, like Sandwich Man. I don't know. This is the best way to play Tetris is this. Why? Because you like go so long without food that's you just begin like exuding the oils of everything you have consumed from ye olden times. Oh, that was so TGM. So funny. Okay, that's more like it. Oh, also, I saw somebody mention Sonic Burger earlier, and that is funny because I have a lot to say about Sonic fast food. Let's just put it that way. That would be you. Hello. Okay, so Sonic. Where I grew up in Texas, there was a Sonic about like a 5-minute drive from our house. Yeah, this ain't shit. Let's go to G. Hey. There was a Sonic. And I have two distinct memories from it. Alright, the first of these memories was the chocolate jalapeno milkshake. So in order to understand this, we have to have some context. So recently, my family had been trying out these new restaurants, and one of them was at a burger place called Hop Dotties. Hop Dotties is a Texas chain, and they serve burgers. Nice burgers. Very good burgers, if I do say so myself. But not only did they serve burgers, but they also served milkshakes. And by and large, my dad's favorites by a large margin was the chocolate stout milkshake from Hop Dotties. Alright, I don't think I ever tried it much, but it was rich, had a lot of flavor, just pure chocolate. He got it every single time we went. And this was a person who didn't usually get desserts when we ate out. You can tell that it meant a lot to him. So sometime later, I don't know how we came across this, but we see that Sonic is having a promotion. All right, they have this huge catalog of milkshake options. All right, and they have different milkshakes. They have different toppings that you can put on. They had a ton of combinations, and one of the combinations that stood out was one that had chocolates and jalapeno, a chocolate jalapeno milkshake. So now, if you like have any experience with Sonic, you might know how this turns out, but at the time, my dad was under the spell of the chocolate stouts from Pop Daddies. And what that meant was that when he heard chocolate jalapeno, he instantly thought of like gourmet shit. Like, ooh, maybe they have this like subtle blend that like where like there's like a hint of spice inside the chocolates. This sounds really good. He wanted to try it. So our family went to the Sonic, a place where we barely go before. And our only goal was to order milkshakes. All right, naturally, I was excited for this. My sister was excited as well. Because it was free desserts, from our perspective. And so we order our things. I probably order like some, like, we probably order like some like fruit strawberry thing. My dad orders the chocolate jalapeno from Sonic. And then he receives this milkshake. And the disappointment that he felt when he looked inside and saw that like their interpretation was like just a chocolate milkshake with like the fucking fast food jalapeno bits just like chopped up and thrown in there at the top. That was it. Like the most fast food fucking shit you could expect. And like, what else was he expecting? But still, I remember it was so disappointing. I think we would go to that Sonic afterwards and like get milkshakes also because like it was a good deal, but we never really or at least he never ordered the chocolates jalapeno again. And now I don't think they do it anymore, which I'll get to later. My family Sonic memes that they had a peanut butter and bacon shake as an ad. Oh, that sounds. I almost did it. I almost fell into the trap. I almost said like, oh, that sounds good. What am I expecting? It's a fast food place. It sounds ungodly, you know, but like, okay, candied bacon is like is good. Like, surely you've been to like Fogo de Chao and had their candied bacon. That's. No, that's right. There's no bars. I forgot. Like a Toski's flavor could be worth a try. Yeah. Okay, so that is story number 1 from my childhood experience with Sonic. Story number 2 is actually about a different deal that they had. So my alarm clock, and like I did have an alarm clock, I didn't just use my phone for many years, was one that I think I inherited from my mom. And it was a radio alarm, meaning that when the time was right, it would start playing, you would start playing stuff from a specific channel. So I picked a channel that had like a decent selection of pop songs. This was how like I kept up with pop songs for a while, just like whatever happened to be playing at 9 a.m. or whatever when I had to wake up each morning. But it was also on this radio that I hear something interesting one day. Sonic is hosting a special. That special is 50-cent corn dogs. 50 cents for a single corn dog. And like they're like small corn dogs, but like 50 cents, man. 50-cent corn dogs. How's it going, King? So I tell my parents about this, I think, when I get back from school. And like my dad's like, oh wait, that sounds kind of good. And then meanwhile, mom's just like, my sister's like, ooh, okay. And so we go. I don't know. I don't remember how many I got. I think I got like 9 or something, which sounds egregious, but it's like it's less than $5. And it was beautiful. Through one way or another, we'd hear about this deal. It's like kind of a periodic thing. And then if we were able to, we'd buy the corn dogs. I think the equivalence of that we have right now is a new place that also opens. Like this is all in like the same area. So like close to our house that has like this good Taco Tuesday deal. It's like $1 for like a small taco, and we just buy a ton of them. So yeah. It has occurred to me that I don't have stories like this for like many other fast food places. It's just like Sonic in particular just has that energy. And you can really see that energy in the final story that I'll tell. Because these memories that I had, they are fine memories, but I only really remember them because of stuff that has happened recently. Like here at MIT. The closest Sonic to MIT is like, I don't know, like 13, 20 miles away. Right, and it's on the side of like a fucking freeway. So you need to have access to a car, and like as a college student living in a place very far from home, I did not. But I only know about this. Like it's not like I'm gonna seek out Sonic. Like I mean, they had good details, but it is fast food. It is not like particularly exceptional. And I would not have known about this if it weren't for one friend, and we'll call this friend Daniel. All right, one day in our group chat, he's like, "Hey guys, we should go to Sonic." And I was like, and then you have heard me like deride Sonic and for like the past like 10 minutes or whatever. So I'm just like kind of thinking like, okay, nice bit, man. And then I realized he's serious. Like it becomes clear while like talking to him. I believe we first talk about this idea like when we're going climbing at a gym, but this person is like genuinely upset, enthralled with Sonic, the fast food joints. He could not care less about the actual character, I think, but the food. The way that he would glaze it, and it really was glazing in every definition of the word. It's like, oh my gosh, the food is so great. They have so many options. And then it got to the point where like he wanted us to take like a mini like day trip, just so we could go and eat at Sonic. And at first I was just like, no, dude, what the fuck are you on, man? Why would you do this? It is just fast food. And then that's of course the thing that sets about calling it just fast food or whatever. But eventually he did give a compromise. He noticed that there was like a decent place to hike. I think that was like somewhere in the area, and I was like, okay, you know what? I've been wanting to hike for a while. I like hanging out with y'all. I will go and we can hike in this place, and then we can go back and eat Sonic. So that was the plan. And I believe this was declared in like maybe like February of this year. And we don't do anything. It just sits on the back burner for months and months and months. Right? No, we are all like hosed to like various degrees. Like this friend more than others because he's like kind of a classaholic. And that he takes a lot of school classes. I don't know. My fingers. Fingers are fine. It's like wrist, like this area. If my technique is bad, then they feel worse. That's the thing. Okay, there's actually even one point where we decided to like... We actually like decided on a weekend where we would take this trip to like... I can then go to Sonic. But it just like never happened. I think we realized like... I was like unavailable last minute for like some like VGO thing maybe. And yeah, it can't do. Until one day. Alright, so myself, after our exams were finished, myself and a few friends took a relatively small trip up to Acadia National Park in Maine. Alright, and we drove there, we stayed there for a few days, we went on some really nice hikes. But then we had to go back. Because all good things must end. And on the way back, Daniel was like, guys, hear me out. We should go to Sonic. And honestly, like, I just want to like, yeah, sure, this is going to, sure, I might as well. We'll finally do this. Like, we're already here. We have a car. Let's do it. And he's like, yes, we're going to Sonic. And so we're driving. We're driving back. All right, the weather is somewhat unpleasant. It is a decent amount of rain outside. And then eventually we're like, I think 10 or 20 minutes away, and we start ordering. And Daniel turns to me and is like, okay, I've entered in my stuff. You select what you want. And I'm looking at the milkshakes. Because I'm not looking to have like a full meal. But like, I want something. So I'm like looking through the milkshakes. I'm kind of checking to see if they have the freaking chocolate jalapeno thing from earlier, and they don't. They have like a very small selection of options now. And then on a whim, I eventually decide something, and then I check to see what's already in the cart. And what Daniel has already ordered is let me remember. Yeah. 4 hamburgers. I think like 2 hot dogs. And like 3 separate drinks, like 3 distinct drinks that he just wanted to try. Like, this dude was prepared, and like, keep in mind, he is like, one thing I can also say is that he's also like kind of dieting, so he is being mindful of his calories. All right, he got this all fast food, greasy fast food, with the intention of storing some of it to be consumed at a later point in time. And so we finished our order. We drove into the Sonic eventually. We waited like way longer than I think we should have. And then eventually they gave us our food. And then we started driving again. On the way, Daniel started eating, and oh my god, the look on his face. He was so happy. It was everything that he had hyped it up to be in his mind. And in that moment, I was happy for him. He had waited, he had persevered, he had planned. This was his cheat meal. He got exactly what he wanted. And then I actually like had like some of his burger, one of his like 4 burgers, because I was curious. Not gonna lie, it wasn't bad. Actually, like I have pretty low standards. Like, I think In-N-Out fries are generally great. But like, I could like almost see what he was talking about. But anyway, that's probably the last time I'll ever eat at a Sonic. Unless like there's like one in Pasadena for some reason that we go to for I don't know. So yeah, I think I just spent 30 minutes talking about Sonic, which is probably more than I've ever spent thinking about it in my life. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Should I call for CDM? I don't know, man. Should I call for CDM here? If I do it, they will both have to be tomorrow. Not gonna lie, I've been really looking forward to the idea of a break from this game. We bring a setup to... Dude, I share it with this friend, he'd go crazy. Can you imagine classic Tetris Sonic? Oh, what am I supposed to do there? That's so unfair. Oh yeah, Ramesh, I've been telling Sonic stories for the past 30 minutes. You just show up. Now just do classic Tetris Sonic, CCWC Sonic. Just do classic Tetris Sonic and have the logo be like styled nicely. SP Sonic. That is awful. 90 hertz speed hack. 11 miles away, that's so lame. How does Taki? How does it? No. You weren't the one. Yesterday in my chat, cousin Avi was like looking through all of the different food places that we could go to, just like places that all looked really good. I wonder how like what he would think about our recent discussion. You can only use Genesis controllers. Oh, look, I must drop twice. A Tetris cup fat. I have actually never heard of that fat burger. Oh, thank God I'm not alone. Regional Insulator 5058. Happy. Oh. Oh, wait, maybe I have been. What? Nice. How hot is the vent? I actually don't remember. I remember the inside. The inside felt comfortable. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21. Dude, Loki, I feel good at the game now. Like, I'm misdropping so much, but like a lot of like there is a big class of mistakes that I would maul that for making, and now I'm not. That was 20. Ugh. It was loud. Oh yeah. Like that, like that. That felt like something that should be impossible. No, but they're uncontrolled. And they're inconsistent. So what did I do? There are voices behind you.
Yeah. But not knocking around.
You didn't know. I kind of want to go out and see.
I think you walked by the lamp with me.
They were asking if like somebody was sleeping, and I don't know who that somebody was. Okay, whatever. I'm checking. Yeah. Okay, so maybe I will be fine. I've been playing.
Yeah, they're gone.
Okay, I do need to wrap up in a bit. Though, because one. Yeah, it has been 3 hours. Yeah, no, and I've been playing, and like I've been rolling for almost the entire time, and like. Oh, it feels so good. It's gonna feel so shit when I have to learn all the timings over again. Okay, let's try and see if we can get a good transition run. What happens? What happened? What happened? Yeah. I'm gonna hope those are because I'm tired, and like tired that's enough to like make me be lazy on the short ones, because I'm missing the short ones. That was stupid. I feel like my mechanics, like even in this like super early game, are better when I'm playing Dradok. It's just so weird to me. Yeah, but what happened there? What am I doing differently? Am I like trying harder because this is a real run? Am I trying less because I think I'll get bars? Okay, that's gone. Okay. Lucy, how many people have 600k posts in Masters? 600k posts. Really Mars. Dude, like what the fuck? I just lose focus every single time. It's all it is actually this level. It's always around here. I fall apart. Oh, I was actually asking. I actually wanted to ask for like the total counts of all times it's happened, but I think I just said it wrong. Okay, that's fine. 54 times. Okay. Dude, my rates are so atrocious right now. Could've gotten that. Could've gotten that. Still, okay, it's fine. So funny. Oh my god. This is a great start. Right taps. Okay, that's fine. Ah. Stupid. Okay, that's fine. Oh, it's gotta be. I guess I'm trying too hard. The grade files. They do. It's just it feels like I have like great pace. And then there's a misdrop and I can't recover. So either I learn how to not misdrop or I learn how to recover. Like my threshold, my goal has always been like 10 Tetrises into 100 lens. That's like right about what you need for 500k. I'm at 6 right now. How many did you say were on that list again? 1, 4, 6, 7, 8. Some of them beat this, but still. The problem, of course, is that it took way too many attempts to get here. Hey, Vince. How's it going? It took all of today to get this run. All of 3 hours of literally just 29. That is not okay. That's not sustainable. And now the good thing is I think I have figured more things out. My timing feels so good. Yeah, thank you. My timing feels good. It's clear that like I'm able to like hit high rolls again. And I've been sustaining this for a great majority of this 3 hours. In fact, I was like I think I was getting better as it progressed. That's been the opposite of the narrative for the past like several months. I think I've seen Ryan Ambergy's takes on me in particular. But I think he's actually like maybe a little bit generous with his like average placements of me. But some of the language that he uses, some of the language that I've seen him use in certain cases, about how I just how there was one thing about like I'm just not there. I'm just not where I used to be. And it is my belief that there are only like a few, like very major, but very few things that I can fix to just like immediately be. To just like immediately improve myself. And I do believe that, like, despite all of the objectively horrible performances I've had over the past year, I still think people don't want to face me. And I think that I can use that. So it is on me. It is entirely on me to see if I can make that happen. And that is taking care of my hands. All right. I've been I've been monitoring their progress. All right. Learning how to play. And that does not like immediately debilitate me. I think we made great progress on that today. We'll see if that holds tomorrow. And then resting up, showing up, making sure I'm practicing. And above all, remembering that I enjoy the game more than anybody else. I still believe this to be true. You will have fun. Think. So let's talk about schedule. Tomorrow, I will try and stream. I don't know. I might genuinely not have time. I think this is like when my parents get here. This is like a lot of people want to do stuff, but I want to get my last practice in. After tomorrow, that will be my last stream that I ever have inside this room, inside this building, inside this campus. And by the end of the week, I will be back home. And it will be the beginning of the the beginning of the end of this chapter in my life. All right, I do think. Can you stop by to reminisce? Yeah, she'll be fine. Good luck. What will happen to the roommates? They're gonna die. There's always grad school. I'm not going to grad school. I don't think I can get in. And it's also complicated because I already have a job lined up. So I kind of got to commit to that. So yeah, tomorrow will be my last stream. I don't know, maybe for a while. I have been thinking about the idea of like taking a break for a while, and that has made me feel very good. So I don't think I will be qualifying for June CTMs. And I think I'll use the opportunity to take the month off. I'll go to whatever regionals are being hosted. Because I wanted to say more stuff guns. So yeah. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to be trying for CDWC. On the contrary, I'm taking this much more seriously than I did last year. And I think at a comparable level to 2023, where I was able to take it all. The difference now is that you're seeing more of my progress right now. But even though tomorrow will be the last stream of the week for maybe a long time, I think I am going to be practicing. And the reason I can't stream that practice, and I can't even record that practice, is because my freaking capture card adds a frame of latency. So what I can do is I can remove the capture card, and then I can play on a setup that will be of the same delay as the ones in the World Championship. I'll be able to play on that setup, maybe here and there for a couple days. Thursday and Friday are going to be absolutely packed. With the graduation, with dinners, with farewells. I'll be able to play a little bit at home with an actual CRT that I have. All right, so I'll have about 4 days of that. And then on Wednesday, I'll fly over. And then we begin dance yet again. And then like after CDWC, I get like a day, and then I have to fly out to New York for some reason. Actually, Scooty, are you going home at all, or are you just flying straight? Are you still here? I don't know. I'm not straight to you. Oh, they treating you good. Yeah, I don't think they were gonna cover me for that long, so I just have to go home. When do I start work? September 2nd. So, but I think a couple of weeks before that, I'll want a week or two before that. I will want to go to Seattle preemptively to like find my apartments and get myself moved in properly. Nice summer availability. I think it's a bit less than I would have hoped because of like live events and a lot of travel from that. Plus, I've been considering this revolutionary idea of traveling and not going to a Tetris event, but instead going to see friends that I cherish. Crazy idea, right? But I'm not going to be doing any internship. So I'll have the summer to myself. Don't have CDWC tasks. Yeah, I do. That's the big one. All right, Meme and I have finally gotten our hotel after like fucking months of talking about it. Can you hear the difference between my two hands? Like it's actually so funny. Like the rolling hand sounds way better. I don't even know if it gets picked up because of the noise cancellation. Good luck in CDWC. Yeah, I like the different things. Thanks, man. You too. It's gonna be a good time. Okay, Vince. I showed up to my Dance Masters match. I was dripped the fuck out, and then I lost the one. The final match I would ever play, due to a misdrop on level 27. Is there an audible difference in my rolling? That's but no, it's just like tapping on the table. This hand just like it feels more controlled. It sounds more controlled. It sounds smoother. Here, wait. Let me see. Let me try disabling noise suppression. Okay, so you're gonna hear my fan now. This is my rolling hand. This is my non-rolling hand. And now noise suppression's back on. Can you hear any of that? It's not that different. Okay, it's gotta be the microphone. It is night and day for me. Yeah. One day I'll be as cool as Blue Scooty and I'll learn to roll with my left hand. Probably. All the fingers non-space probably. I mean, I was only using 3 fingers, so. But yeah, no, I mean, it's just so interesting the way this works out. Like we are discovering technique. Isn't that so cool? Oh yeah, Avi, welcome in. I did see your message. I do appreciate that. I don't know if I'll have an opportunity to use it, but will be fine. I'll have the we'll have the convention setups to warm up on potentially. From right hand to left hand is easier than left to right. That's interesting. When will I learn rolling with my knuckles? Like Adam Vicious Rhubarb. How does this work again? It's like you have to hold. Oh wait, no, that's actually so bad. I have like a hangnail right here, and like stressing this part at all just like really tries to open it up. And no, Matt Martin's. Does he like do it like this? Wait, this is kind of fire actually. That fucking hurts. Dude, I'm actually bleeding right now because I tried using bad technique, and it is bad technique. Yeah. I'll be able to restock up at home. Okay, that's enough yapping. Been yapping for a long time. That's all I got going for me at this point. Harry Life, Carney Jared. He has a 1.6K. Jeez. I haven't ever rated map. All right. Yeah, he's a really cool four-player thing. Will I be playing online after CDWC? Remains to be seen. It's really it is such a dangerous thing to talk about potential retirements, but I do like the idea of having a break. So we'll see where my head's at. Huh. It is the end for me. It is the beginning for me. It is all of it. and I think that is a good. No, break theory for me is like the worst possible thing. I think I genuinely think my hands went bad because I take breaks. It takes so long for me to get back into it. It's taking me months. It's still taking me months because I haven't really figured it out yet. So I don't know. I don't particularly regret any of it back in the moment. Okay, enough of that. Let's go.